$14 million. Yes, Parker Schnabel's team extracted this much gold from the ground before the mine was closed. This was not a defeat. It was the biggest victory of his life so far. A boy who took over his grandfather's legacy and chose his own path at the age of just 16. From then till now, Parker's story seems no less than a movie. A small-town boy who is today known as the Gold King of the Klondike. But then suddenly he closed the entire mine. Just think, when gold worth curses is being found, why would a man stop everything? This is the real suspense. It is said that Parker and his team extracted gold under the snow and soil of Alaska, about which only stories were heard. But as soon as the piles of gold came to light, fear spread along with happiness. Was this treasure really his, or was it someone else's buried wealth? It is also said that Parker saw something that was impossible to show on camera. Is this some old secret or a part of some ancient treasure? This sudden decision created a storm in the entire gold rush world. Some people believe that Parker hid the treasure, while some say that the government jumped in between. Now the real question is, did Parker really become a millionaire, or did he get caught in a game where everything was at stake? Friends, this story is not just about gold. This is the story of a truth that is much bigger than you think. And if you don't want to miss the next revelation, then subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications. Parker's early story and pressure. When everyone hears the name Parker Schnabel, they think of gold mines, big trucks, and millions of dollars in treasure. But the truth is that his beginnings were not that easy. Just think, when other boys were busy with school, sports, or hanging out with their friends at the age of 16, Parker was taking the biggest decision of his life. His grandfather, John Schnabel, who was a legendary gold miner, ran the Big Nugget mine for years. He was not just a miner, but an inspiration for the entire area. But the demands of time and age took him away from the mines. This was the moment when the responsibility fell directly on Parker's shoulders. At the age of just 16, Parker took the big step of leaving the Big Nugget mine and choosing his own path. This step was not easy. Staying in the shadow of his grandfather was a safe path, but he felt that if he wanted to make his own identity, he would have to take risks. This is where his real journey began. Imagine this. A teenage boy who had some experience in gold mines decided that now he has to find gold on his own. It sounds like a story from a movie, but it was real. Now comes the pressure. When you are associated with a big name, especially a person like your grandfather, the expectations of the world weigh even more on you. Parker knew that people only wanted to see him succeed. If he failed, everyone would say, "See, he is not like his grandfather." On top of that, the pressure of the show Gold Rush, doing everything in front of cameras with millions of viewers watching him. This was no joke. Imagine, on one hand the machines are running, mining is happening, and on the other hand the camera is recording every moment. Even a small mistake could be exposed to the whole world. This environment was so tough that a failure did not just mean a loss of money. It meant his entire reputation was at stake. One mistake and everything is over was the situation. But this pressure made him stronger. Slowly he formed his own team, started taking decisions, and put his grandfather's teachings into practice. Imagine at such a young age, when others think of earning pocket money by doing part-time jobs, Parker was handling projects worth millions of dollars and heavy machinery. The question before him was, will he be able to make his mark? Or will his journey remain incomplete without his grandfather's name? This suspense kept pulling people in every season. Every episode, people wanted to see whether Parker would be able to win this time too, or the pressure would stop him. His journey clearly showed that if you are determined from the heart, then age is just a number. Parker not only fulfilled his family's expectations, but also proved to the entire Klondike that real gold doesn't just come from the ground. It can also be obtained through hard work and courage. The first big bet and the king of the Klondike. There was a moment in Parker Schnabel's life that changed his entire fate. This was the moment when he bet on Dominion Creek. Just think, a young boy who was just around 20 years old decided to take a risk of millions of dollars. Dominion Creek was not a small place. It was a big name in the world of gold mines. But for this a lot of money was needed, and most importantly courage was needed. People were saying Parker has gone crazy because even after investing millions, if gold did not come out, then he could lose everything. And at that time he was not alone. His team, his family's name, everything was at stake. This was not a scene from a TV serial. This was real life. Taking machines to Dominion Creek, building the infrastructure there, and digging the mine day and night. All this was no less than a war. On top of that, there was suspicion everywhere. Many old players of the mining world were also wondering, how can such a young boy take such a big risk? But Parker's style was different. He said, "If I don't take risks, how will I win?" This thinking made him different from others. Slowly, gold started coming out of Dominion Creek. At first, the team could not believe that so much gold could come out of such a big place. But as the weeks passed, the amount of gold weighed was astonishing. And this is where Parker's new name began, the King of the Klondike. Parker broke such records that people were stunned. In every season, he kept extracting more gold than the previous season. The viewers of the Gold Rush show always thought that now maybe Parker will fall. But every time he surprised everyone with his hard work. He built an empire of gold on the snowy land of the Klondike. There was a time when he doubted his decisions, but now those decisions were making him a part of history. The media started calling him the Golden Boy. Fans started considering him an inspiration. His name was everywhere on social media. Millions of people turned on their TVs just to see how much gold Parker would be able to extract this time. And to be honest, he wasn't just extracting gold. He was setting records. His team extracted tons of gold. And every time he saw the scales go down, the smile on his face said it all. People in the Klondike believed that Parker was the real king now. And that was the truth. There was no other miner there who had achieved such great success at such a young age. But there was a twist here too. While people thought Parker had it all, there was still one question in his mind. Is this just the beginning? Because for Parker, winning did not mean just money or fame, but a passion to create history with his hard work. And this passion made him the king of the Klondike, Alaska's mysterious land. And the day of $14 million Alaska, on hearing the name, snow-clad mountains, strong winds, and dangerous wilderness start to roam in the mind. This is the place where Parker Schnabel decided to make his biggest dream come true. But this land is not only beautiful but also very ruthless. The weather here changes in a moment. Sometimes it is sunny and the next moment there is a blizzard. Machines would jam, trucks would get stuck in the mud, and the condition of the workers would worsen. On top of that, there were long, cold nights where it was impossible to stop work because every minute could cause a loss of millions. But the biggest mystery of all these difficulties was what was hidden under the ground. During the excavation, the team often found strange tunnels, structures made of wood, pieces like old walls, looking at which it seemed that someone had buried something here earlier. Two questions began to arise. Was this just a gold mine or a hideout of some old treasure? Some of Parker's team would joke, maybe this place is cursed. But when the cold air coming out of the tunnels and the sounds echoing in the dark were heard, even that joke turned into fear. Slowly, the digging reached depth. And the day came that changed everything. The team dug out such a huge pile of gold that everyone's eyes were wide open while counting it. Yes, that was the day when Parker and his team dug out gold worth $14 million from the ground. Just imagine seeing gold on such a large scale was no less than a dream. A wave of happiness ran through the team. Some were dancing, some were hugging, and cameras were recording everything. This moment was the brightest moment in the history of Gold Rush. But then the atmosphere changed. When everyone else was immersed in happiness, Parker's face suddenly became serious. The smile on his lips was missing. He kept staring at that pile of gold as if something was going on in his mind. His teammates were thinking, what happened? Why is Parker not happy? Even after such a big win, it is said that on that day, Parker saw something that shook him. Some believe that old wooden boxes or structures were also found along with the gold. Seeing which, he understood that this matter was not just about gold. That means there was something else hidden there. Something that could be dangerous to reveal to everyone. Everyone saw the gold worth $14 million. But the silence on Parker's face was pointing towards some untold secret. The happiness of the team slowly started turning into questions. Why was Parker looking tense even after so much gold? Was he hiding some truth? Or was he afraid that this treasure was not his, but someone else's? From that day onwards, Parker's decision started changing. He decided to close the mine. People thought he had gone mad. So much gold was found and now he was talking about stopping the work. But Parker knew there was something behind the pile of gold that couldn't be shown on the cameras. His serious face and suddenly changed body language told a bigger story. That's why the $14 million day isn't just a story of winning. It's the day when Parker Schnabel showed the world his biggest discovery, but suppressed the secret behind it. People still ask, was the gold the real treasure, or did Parker discover something else that day which he hid from everyone's eyes? Order to close the mine and a storm of rumors. After extracting gold worth $14 million, the atmosphere among the team was as if they had won the world. The workers were shouting in joy, some were hugging each other, and the cameras were recording every moment. This day was going to be written in golden letters in the history of Gold Rush. But at that very moment, Parker suddenly looked at his team and said in a cold voice, "Stop everything." At first, no one believed it. Everyone thought Parker was joking or had said something out of fatigue. But the seriousness on his face made it clear that this was no joke. His order was clear. Turn off the machines. Stop digging. The team was shocked. The camera crew was also unable to understand why this order came in the middle of the celebration. Some people from the team came to Parker and said, we can go deeper now. There is more gold here." But Parker only said, "This is now beyond our control." There was a different kind of fear in his words, as if he had seen something that the others did not notice. From that moment on, everyone began to feel that there was something more hidden in this story. This is where the storm of rumors began. Some people began to say that Parker had found something else along with the gold, maybe an old chest or some mysterious treasure. Whispers also began to spread from within the team that the excavations had not only yielded gold, but also ancient structures and strange artifacts. There was a flood of discussions on social media. Fans said that the amount of gold that was actually found was much more than what was shown, and Parker hid a large part of it. Some video clips went viral in which a blurred glimpse was seen, as if some footage had been deleted from the camera. This deepened the mystery even more. On the other hand, another theory spread. The government intervened. It was said that as soon as the news of such a big discovery reached the top, government agencies immediately took action and ordered to shut down everything. The reason given was that whatever was found could not only be Parker's, but also a national heritage. Many fans even said that the government had suppressed the real footage. The biggest puzzle in this entire environment was Parker's silence. He never told anything clearly in the media or on the show. He just said one line. "It's not just about gold." And this line itself added fuel to the fire, because when a person does not speak openly, people make up stories according to their own understanding. Some believed that he had hidden the treasure. Some said that he had seen something which was dangerous to show. And some people even believed that the land in Alaska was guarding some old secret and Parker had disturbed it. The order to close the mine became the biggest mystery in the world of Gold Rush. On one side there was gold worth crez. On the other side there was sudden silence. The team, crew, and fans all remember that moment to this day and ask what exactly happened that Parker Schnabel ordered everything to be stopped. Theory of ancient treasure and media uproar. When Parker ordered the mine to be closed, the counting of gold stopped there. But people were not ready to believe that the story was so simple. Questions began to arise. Was only gold really found, or was there something else found with it that was hidden from the world? Rumors began to spread rapidly. Some people claimed that while digging, the team found wooden boxes on which strange markings were made. These did not seem to be ordinary boxes. but were like the signs of an ancient civilization. That chest hidden among the gold seemed to be opening the door to an old secret. Some workers of the team also quietly said later that they themselves had seen a structure of wood and stone with their own eyes which was buried under layers of gold. But that footage was never shown completely in the cameras. In the edited episode of the show, only the pile of gold was focused. Everything else was missing. Many people on social media fueled this theory. Some said that the chest could belong to an ancient religious order. Some said that it was the hidden treasure of Spanish explorers. And some even wrote that this treasure could be thousands of years old, which was once deliberately hidden under the ground. But the most shocking rumor was that some mysterious object was also found in the chest. Some were saying that it was a strange statue made of gold. Some were claiming that old weapons or holy texts were found there. No one knows what the real truth was. Meanwhile, the fans of Gold Rush erupted in anger. People felt that they were cheated. They wanted the whole truth to be shown on camera. But everything was edited in the show. Fans got angry on social media. If nothing was hidden, then why were the footage cut? Hashtags like #HiddenGold and #LostFootage started trending on Twitter and Facebook. Long discussions started happening on Reddit and forums. Everyone was putting their own theories. Some were showing screenshots. Some were showing blurry video clips. Many channels uploaded videos on YouTube in the name of secret footage. Some of these clips were such that they really give a glimpse of tunnels and strange wooden structures. Although it was difficult to prove whether these were real or the fans had edited them themselves. But these videos further fueled the curiosity of the audience. The Gold Rush show was also accused of deliberately hiding the truth. People started saying such a big discovery was made and the episode ended by showing just a small glimpse. This clearly means that something big was hidden. The TV crew was also suspected. Some said that some secret deal had been made between the channel and the government. If ancient treasure was really found, then it was not allowed to be made public. Parker's silence added fuel to the fire. He never openly told what was found there. He just said, "It is not just about gold." The audience became even more restless after hearing this line of his. Because when a politician or miner talks about such half-truths, people start making up stories themselves. The result was that Parker Schnabel's discovery was no longer just a mining story. It became a mystery. People started talking more about that chest and mysterious things than about the gold. Even today, Gold Rush fans are divided on this matter. Some believe that there really was an ancient treasure there which the government seized. Some say that all this is just a rumor to give hype to the show. And some people still keep searching for that secret footage, hoping that maybe one day the real truth will come out. Parker's silence and the team's future. The way Parker suddenly ordered the mine to be closed after extracting gold worth $14 million shook the entire Gold Rush world. Both the audience and the team were thinking that now he will come forward and tell openly why he did this. But when the media and the people asked him questions, Parker said just one line. "It's not just about gold." This one line was so heavy that it sent shivers down the spine of the listeners. What did it mean? "It's not just about gold" means that something else was also found there. Or did Parker sense some danger that he did not want to bring on camera? Instead of answering, Parker went into a deeper silence. Neither did he give a clear statement to the media, nor did he speak anything in detail on the show. And this silence itself became the biggest mystery. When a person does not speak, people start making up stories according to their own understanding. Some say that Parker hid the ancient treasure. Some claimed that the government forced him not to bring out the truth. And some believed that Parker was genuinely afraid that if the secret was revealed, the mines would no longer be a game of Gold Rush exploration, but a dangerous confrontation ground. Parker's silence deepened the questions. That line still resonates among Gold Rush fans on Reddit and social media. Everyone interprets it in their own way, but Parker never confirmed or denied those theories. Now it comes to the future of the team. Parker's team has been with him for years. They have seen both his good and bad times. When Parker bet on Dominion Creek, this same team stood by him. When the record gold was made, these people were also there. And now that Parker has closed the mine, The biggest question that has arisen is this: what next? Some team members believe that Parker would now focus on a new place. There are many mines in Alaska, but the risk is equally big everywhere. New areas, new soil, and new dangers. But Parker's style has always been this: play big or go home. So people believed that he would soon set up machines at a new place and start looking for gold again. But there was also a fear that maybe he was tired forever. Such a big responsibility and so much pressure at such a young age can break anyone. Some fans even said that Parker might now choose a path other than gold mining. But those who know him closely believe that gold runs in his blood. He cannot separate himself from this game even if he wants to. Questions were also raised about the future of the team. If Parker stops everything, will his team disintegrate or will everyone take a new risk to get there? Looking at Parker's past decisions, it seems that he is not one to give up. His silence may be mysterious, but his next step is always big. Viewers of the TV show Gold Rush are also waiting for Parker's next step. Every season there is suspense about where Parker will go this time. How much gold will he extract and which record will he break? And this time his silence has increased people's anxiety even more. In which direction will the future of Parker and his team go? Will he start the war for gold again on some new land? Is he getting ready for another big discovery? Or was this really his last big excavation? No one has the answer. But one thing is clear: Parker Schnabel's story is no longer limited to the discovery of gold. It has now become a mystery. His silence and his decision have made it more valuable than gold. In the end, the question that has made this whole story more mysterious is whether Parker really became a millionaire or was he the victim of some big trick. Just think, on one hand, there was gold worth $14 million lying in front of him. Headlines everywhere on TV were that Parker Schnabel had found a record-breaking gold. Fans felt that now he had become not just the champion of the gold rush but a real millionaire. But on the other hand, his decision and his silence made this victory incomplete. Some people believe that Parker hid the real treasure. The reality was much bigger than what was shown in the show. They say that the parts of the footage where the ancient chest or mysterious things were seen were deliberately removed. If this is true, then Parker has not only become a millionaire, but has also become the owner of a very big secret. The second theory says that Parker actually became the victim of some big trick. As soon as the news of the discovery spread, the government and agencies intervened and forced him to stop everything. According to this theory, Parker did not have as much control as was shown. The real gold and treasure were taken from him and only half the truth was shown to the world. Now, no one knows what the truth is, but it is certain that Parker's discovery changed the story of the gold rush from simple mining to mysteries and conspiracies. This is why even today people ask, has the truth been hidden? Did Parker become a millionaire or a victim? Perhaps this question will resonate for years to come. His silence, his serious face and his words, it's not just about gold, still stand in front of us like a mystery. And friends, this is the beauty of this whole story. This is not just a story of the search for gold, but a story of human greed, mystery, and untold truth. So if you want to know what will be the next piece of this mystery, what will be Parker's next step and whether the truth will ever come out, then you are in the right place. Friends, this story is not just about gold. This is the story of a truth that is bigger than your imagination. If you don't want to miss the next revelation, then subscribe now and turn